Let's finish Unit 4 for College English 2, Smart Choice 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the last page, the speaking page. Okay, so we'll do a geography quiz. Okay, we'll take a look at this quiz here. Okay, we'll start with the first question. Okay, what's the world's largest island? What's the world's largest island? Okay, let's see if we can find the answer. Out of these choices. Okay, so what's the world's largest island? Maybe it's so what do you think? Out of those 8, which one's the world's largest island? Take a look, and the answer should be Greenland. So you look at number 7. Could put the largest island C, right? C. Okay, so I'll make another question, and you guys can find the answer. Okay, how about what's the largest population? What country has the largest population? Okay, do you guys know the answer? Okay, so it should be China, right? So number 3, China. So A, the largest population. Okay, and what's the biggest ocean? What's the biggest ocean? Okay, so that should be number 5. The Pacific is the largest ocean. Okay, so B, 5 is B. Okay, 3, we said the largest island is Greenland. Okay, how about what's the highest capital city? Okay, what city is very high up? Okay, it's La Paz, Bolivia is the highest capital city. Okay, and what's the largest country? Okay, so the largest country is Russia. Okay, 4 is E. What's the most southern capital city? The most southern, right, the most south capital city. Okay, so the most southern capital city is Wellington, New Zealand. Okay, so number 1 is F. Okay, and what's the largest city in Africa? The largest city in Africa is Cairo. Cairo. Okay, so number 2 is G. And what's the highest waterfall? The highest waterfall is Angel Falls, okay, in Venezuela. Okay, so 6 is H. Okay, so I want you to do part 3. Okay, I want you to make 5 superlatives about your city, about Daejeon, or your region, or your country. Okay, so you can say, oh, do you know the oldest restaurant in the country is here? I didn't know that. Okay, so you could say, did you know that the oldest bakery in Korea is here in Daejeon? Yes, it's Seongsaengdam Bakery. Okay, so just make 5 superlative sentences like that about Korea or about your city where you're from. So I could say, oh, what's the highest building in Korea? Oh, the 63 building is the highest building in Korea. Or you could make some fun sentences. You could say, oh, who do you think is the most handsome person in Korea? Oh, I think Wonbin is the most handsome person in Korea. Okay. Or you could make a question like, what's the longest river in Korea? The Han River is the longest river in Korea. Okay, so please make 5 sentences like that. Okay, and if you have a partner, please ask your partner. Or if you don't have a partner, just go ahead and make 5 sentences yourself and write them down. Okay, so after you finish that, we'll check your answers for the workbook. Okay, so please make sure that you do it before we start. Okay, so we're going to start with the vocabulary. Okay, the best place in the world on page 20. Okay, so let's check your answers. Okay, so we'll start with part 1, number 2. Okay, so Africa, Asia, Europe, and South America are continents. The Atlantic, the Indian, and the Pacific are oceans. The Amazon, the Mississippi, and the Nile are rivers. Bora Bora, Galapagos, and Hawaii are islands. Angel, Detian, and Niagara are waterfalls. The Atacama, the Gobi, and the Sahara are deserts. Baikal, Superior, Titicaca, and Victoria are lakes. Okay, let's do part 2. Okay, so Fatima has a lot of money. Okay, she is very wealthy. 2, Albert gave his girlfriend red roses for her birthday. He is so romantic. Monaco is a very small country. It's tiny. Everyone knows Angelina Jolie. She's really famous. So many people live in New York City. It's very crowded. That car costs a lot of money. It's very expensive. Okay, so we'll go to the next page. We'll do page 21. Okay, we'll take a look at the language practice page. Okay, so page 21, part 1, number 2. The Mississippi is the longest river in North America. Buenos Aires is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. What is the coldest place on Earth? Is Tokyo more expensive than Vancouver? Which city is the most crowded? Mexico City, Tokyo, or New York City? Okay, we have to use most, right? Because there's three places there. If it was only 2, then we would use more, right? Which city is more crowded? Seoul or Daejeon? Seoul is more crowded than Daejeon. But if there's 3, we have to use most, right? So which city is the most crowded? Daejeon, Busan, or Seoul? Okay, Seoul is the most crowded. Okay. Okay, let's do part 2. Okay, number 2. The Pacific is the deepest ocean in the world. The deepest. The Atacama Desert is the driest place on Earth. Okay, remember the spelling, D-R-I-E-S-T. Okay, Tokyo is the most crowded city in Japan. Okay, Great Britain is the biggest island in Europe. Toronto is the most expensive city in Canada. Okay, let's go to the next page. Okay, so just page 22 will be the last page for your homework. Okay, let's check page 22. All right, part 3, correct the sentences. Okay, number 2. Okay, that was the best, right? Best vacation I've taken. Right, remember it's good, better, best. Okay, so that was the best vacation I've taken. The Himalayas are the highest mountains in the world. Okay, and which country is larger? Okay, China or Russia? Okay, so is larger, China or Russia? Okay, part 4, number 2. Okay, is Antarctica the coldest place on Earth? Okay, is Antarctica the coldest place on Earth? Okay, 3. What is the biggest city in Europe? 4. Is Chinese one of the most difficult languages in the world? Okay, is Chinese one of the most difficult languages in the world? Okay, part 5. Okay, let's make a question. Okay, number 2, what is the most delicious food? 3, what is the most romantic vacation? And what is the most interesting book? Okay, and for part 6, you guys just answer those questions to part 5. Okay, just what you think, your own ideas. Okay, so the first one is, what is the most exciting sport? Okay, you could say, oh, I think the most exciting sport is soccer. Okay, or just what you think, right? I think the most exciting sport is basketball. What is the most delicious food? The most delicious food is samgyeopsal for me. Or I think lasagna is the most delicious food. Okay, so just what you think. Okay, and number 3, what is the most romantic vacation? I think Paris is the most romantic vacation. Or you could say, oh, I think going to Hawaii would be the most romantic vacation. Okay, and what is the most interesting book? Okay, I think the Da Vinci Code is the most interesting book. Okay, so what is the most interesting book that you have read? Okay, so remember to keep doing your homework in the workbook. Keep your workbooks updated. Okay, I'm going to be checking them later. Okay, and also if you have any questions, you guys can write it in the Q&A that I started on the university website, or you guys can always email me. Okay, thank you, and you guys can look for the next video for Unit 5. Okay. Thank you. Bye.